Hi folks, how you doing? It's James JT at the movies, and I'm back after a bloody long time. Wow, it's been an age, hasn't it? I've really not been here all summer. I think the last video I did was mid-July when I did the deep dive into the TV cut of On Her Majesty's Secret Service, which was a really fun little project to sink my teeth into. And I just wanted to apologise. I've not been about, and there's been a few reasons for it, really, to be honest, and I sort of wanted to address them because I've not really been as present this year as I was last year, and I just sort of feel like maybe owe you a little bit of an explanation and a bit of a what's been going on. But I also want to talk as well about my thoughts on the channel going forward and what I'd maybe like to do with it. And it's something that I've thought long and hard about as well. But let's not jump ahead anyway. So where have I been? Well, I had a summer holiday. I had a week or so away with Laura. We went over to the East Coast and did a bit of exploring and had a lovely little time, and did lots of trawling through CEXs and charity shops in the various towns I dragged her to. But went to the beach and went to Whitby Harbour and went and watched a blues night in Robin Hood's Bay, and did all the fun sort of things that you'd do at the seaside. Went swimming and all that fun stuff. So that was great. But I would say that the majority of my time has actually been taken up by my band Leaving Overmorrow. And this year, you've probably heard me talk about them numerous times on the channel. We have recorded an album. That recording process has actually now, just as of a couple of weeks ago, finished. And we thought that we'd finished everything that we needed to do probably around May. And then as we were sort of, in the recording studio doing the mixing process and getting it ready to send off to be mastered and produced so that, it can go on Spotify and iTunes and wherever else, we sort of realised that, that there were a few things sort of missing from it, that we'd maybe kick ourselves if we didn't, put an extra harmony here or do another vocal take on a certain track or whatever, because, the tracks, as they naturally do, they evolve, and you write something and it's one way and you record it, and then after you've played it live for, 6 months or whatever, it sort of maybe takes on a new identity and, whatever else, or, all these sorts of things that I'm sure any sort of musician will be able to appreciate. And for anybody that's sort of not involved in music, it's like any creative process. Things change, and there's first drafts, and then you sort of you go, oh, actually it'd be better. And we ended up recording a whole new track for the album, which we were thinking that we might try and save for a potential follow-up if we're blessed enough to do one. But we actually sort of, upon sort of running the album through, realised that the song would fit quite well in the overarching theme of the album. The album does have a running theme, and I'm careful as to what to say because I don't want to announce too much before the band announces it. But yeah, we've been working hard on that, and we're a vocal harmony band, so it's singing 4 voices together and training the 4 voices to mesh and intertwine and do that sort of thing. And it's been hard work. It's been really rewarding work, and it shall continue to be. But it's consumed a lot of time. And now we're at the end of that process. The mixing of the album is more or less complete. In fact, there's only the new track that we recently recorded that needs mixing to the same standard as the other ones, and then we're ready to send it off for mastering, and then we can start making announcements about titles and release dates and launch tours and all that sort of fun stuff. And there really is going to be some, for anybody interested, I'll leave links down below. There really is going to be some fun announcements over in the Leaving Overmorrow camp. So please, if you are interested in hearing what I'm up to in that aspect, go and check it out. I think it's proving popular with folk, which is always great, and we're all really proud of it. And then the other side of things as well, before Leaving Overmorrow was set up, I joined formed a band with a chap that I was in another band with for a couple of years, and we brought in my mate Phil again on guitar after he moved to the area, and we got in another lad on the drums that I've known for years, and he's a good mate through the music circuit, and we formed a pub covers band, and you know, we've been doing a lot of work there, and you know, sort of, you know, gigging and doing the open mics and the local bars and the whatever else and stuff like that. So we've been, you know, we've been playing a lot of shows and stuff at the, you know, at the weekends, and so that with a 9 to 5 job sort of thing is, you know, sort of, it's finding the time to sit down and watch movies, let alone talk about them and do whatever else. And I've noticed sort of really over the last sort of year or so a bit of a dip in my mental health, and you know, there's been a lot of things that have contributed to that. You know, I've talked about bereavements before, and you know, I've been through therapy for those, and you know, the sort of, you know, some really traumatic stuff, without taking this video to an interesting place, you know, that I've been through over the last couple of years. And you know, I've been very blessed to have Laura and my mum, my sister, and you know, sort of immediate family around me, and good friends as well to support me. But it, you know, as anybody who's struggled with the mental health and been through anything traumatic will know, it doesn't, you know, whilst it maybe makes it a bit easier, it doesn't take it away, does it? And it's just been that sort of, you know, that emotional sort of, you know, burnout, if you like, really. And you know, like a mental burnout and a physical burnout, and it's just been that sort of, you know, I'm working a sort of a high pressure job at times. And don't get me wrong, I love my job. I love the people that I work with, but you know, it still doesn't change the fact that what I do for a living can be quite high pressured, and you know, comes with a lot of stress. And then, you know, there's the two bands, and obviously the one that's sort of gigging regularly and doing its thing, and then the other one seems to be taking off a little bit, which is fantastic, and I'm all for that journey. And I guess I've just sort of worn myself out a little bit, and it's maybe taken me a minute, if you like, to realise that. So I made the decision that I'm gonna step down from one of the rock bands, or you know, the rock and roll band, at the end of this year when we see out our commitments, and that will sort of mentally, creatively, however else you want to put it, free up a lot of time. And I'm not, you know, certainly not burning the bridges with those lads, and I dare say that we will, you know, we've all come to a bit of a mutual decision that it's essentially going to go on a hiatus. And I think that we'll, you know, we will definitely work together again, because we're great mates, and it just works. But I need more. There's not enough hours in the day, basically, and something has to give. But what it will allow me to do is it'll allow me to have more, you know, more evenings at home, and more weekends and to myself, and you know, to spend with Laura. And it'll mean that I can sit down a lot more on a Saturday night or a Sunday afternoon or whatever, and you know, grab a DVD or a 4K or a Blu-ray or whatever, and put it on, and you know, enjoy it. And then that obviously gives me more opportunity to make videos and talk to you guys as well. So that's everything that's sort of been going on with me, and you know, sort of mentally, I would say I'm sort of coming out the other side of this rough patch, whatever it's been, and I think, you know, making the decision to sort of, you know, maybe cut back on a few things and sort of not overwhelm myself with you know, with commitments has been, you know, sort of an instrumental factor in me maybe turning a corner in that. So I'm quite happy and quite comfortable with where that's going. So like I said, that's what's been going on with me. So where does that leave the channel? Where does that leave JT at the Movies? So I've not really been very active this year. You know, my on average, my output's probably been a video a month, whereas last year it was maybe, you know, 3 or 4 videos a month sort of thing. And I'm, you know, really obviously grateful to everybody that's subscribed and supported me and got me from, you know, sort of, you know, 2 years ago, talking in the start of the pandemic, making videos, waffling in my bedroom about, you know, oh, well, I love this film and I love that film, to still doing that now, but, you know, a few hundred subscribers later, and maybe a little bit, you know, a bit more rehearsed at it, if you like. And I sort of, and ahhed, tossed and turned on this for probably a couple of weeks, quite recently, and had a, really sort of honest chat with Laura about, do I sort of, knock JT at the movies on the head and sort of basically not do this anymore. And sort of, obviously I've made some great friends and I would keep in touch with everybody and, do whatever else. And I could never quite bring myself to commit to that idea. I'd be sort of like, yeah, okay, right, well, I'm going to do a farewell video. But then I'm like, oh, but, I want to do this and I want to do that. And I had plans for this and for that and for the other. And so I've really thought about it long and hard. And I am going to stick at it. And I am going to try now and follow more of a scheduled sort of release system, if you like. So my aim is to do 3 videos a month, and then if I get the time and the creative energy, if that's not a sort of a pretentious way of saying it, for lack of a better phrase, but if I get the time and I get the sort of, oh, guys, I'd like to hear me talk about this, I'm sure, sort of a spark, then I'll do more. But the idea is that I'm going to pledge to do 3 videos a month for you. Those videos are going to be my monthly pickups. So probably I'll probably release this one and my latest pickup video around the same sort of time. But it's been all summer since I've done a pickup. In fact, I think the last video, pickup video that I did was just after my birthday in June. So this is, literally everything that I've picked up now. We're in the second week in September. So there's a huge stack of stuff here that you can see that all needs to go into all that lot. And I've just filmed it before this. So I'm going to get back to doing those monthly so that they're more manageable, more manageable videos to make, but also to watch as well. Because I really do appreciate me making a 45-minute video, as it's not far off. It's probably great for some people, but I realise that in the world of, shorts and TikTok and Reels, it's all about sort of quick consumption, isn't it? So if I can get back to doing sort of shorter pickup videos on a monthly basis, then I think, that'll probably be better for me, better for the channel, better for you guys as well. The next video that I want to make is either a ranking video of some sort of a topic, and I might, I don't know, let's say for argument's sake, I'm going to rank the Indiana Jones films. Well, it's this one, it's this one, then it's this one, then it's Crystal Skull, for argument's sake. But I might do, something like that on my top 10 sci-fis, my top 10 horrors, my top 10 Arrow video releases, my whatever it might be. I'm going to try and do something like that. Or I might show you a part of the collection or do some sort of a mini tour. And I'm thinking that the last time I toured through the collection and went through every title that I had was probably in 2020. And obviously the collection has changed significantly since then. And I think that it would be a really good idea to maybe do that. So it'll either be a ranking video or touring through the collection will be the second type of video that I make. And then the third video that I'm hoping to make, and this is really inspired by some of the commentary that we've had in some of the Facebook groups, but mostly inspired by Dan over at Dan's Man Cave. And he's somebody that I've followed on YouTube in his various guises for years, and somebody that I really sort of look up to in the movie community. Is I'm going to start talking more about what I've actually been watching, and it might be a singular review where I might pick up something like I've just started watching The West Wing, and I might do what my thoughts are on that, or a mini review, or if I've just been to the cinema to see something, or I've just got a new DVD, Blu-ray, whatever it is, that sort of thing. Or it might be a delve back into the world of James Bond, or some other franchises. Like I'm thinking of when I get the last one for my collection, doing a bit of a delve into Wes Anderson and his work as well. So those are going to be my ideas, my pledge to you for 3 videos a month. So it's going to be a monthly pickup video. It's going to be some sort of a ranking or collection tour video, and then it's going to be a movie review, TV show review / what have I watched. And the idea is that I'm going to keep these videos to probably no longer than quarter of an hour. going forward, so that they're more easy to consume for you going forward. And also as well, you know, obviously less time consuming for me, so I'm not sat there watching hours of footage trying to edit it down, because believe you me, as we all do, I make plenty of mistakes making these videos. Probably could make a feature film out of some of the outtakes over the years that I've had. But there we are, folks. That's been where I've been and what's sort of been going on with me, and that's my sort of my plans, my pledge, if you like, for the future. My goal for the channel is to get to 500 subscribers. I'm only just shy of just over 50 subscribers away from that. That was always my original goal when I set the channel up. I thought if I can get to 500 subscribers, then I'll be really pleased with myself. Like I say, I'm just over 50 away from that, and if I can by Christmas, I'd really like to get to 500 subscribers. That'd be a really sort of nice goal for me to achieve. And then as we go into 2023, we can, you know, obviously shoot for the moon, can't we? But that's really what I'd like to achieve going forward, if at all possible. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if any of you had any questions, like I say, as to where I've been, hopefully this answered them for you. Hopefully for those that have been subscribed, you're happy to see me back. And above all else, folks, take care of yourselves. As I always say, I look forward to seeing you again really soon with my next videos. And yeah, I'll see you later. Take care of yourselves. Bye for now.